So guess what? I am a camp counselor for the week at summer camp with my older son, and the two of us are having a blast. As you can see from behind me, we got a Western theme going. We actually sleep in these stage coaches, which is fun, but for an adult like me, also kind of scary at the same time, sleeping in there 6 nights in a row with spiders all over the roof. But it is really good. And as I make the observation of how much fun I'm having connecting with my son, I also have this observation of myself in real life, and that it hasn't always been fun when I have connection time with my kids, especially when they were younger. And as we look at the world of work, our HR experts and stress resiliency experts at Expert Effect have noticed something, that one of the biggest outside stressors outside of work for employees, is the employees who are parents, and especially of young children. The amount of stress that's being developed by the time that they spend with their kids during the week is actually really contributing to their stress levels and impacting how they show up at work. And it's so interesting because as I'm out here with my son and we're doing zip lines and we're doing adventure games off in the woods and getting all muddy, I'm connecting with them, but it is not stressful. So why is it when I'm at home it's stressful? There's some things that contribute to that. Number one, it can be that kind of time constraint thing in the morning. We're in summertime now, but some of you might already be dreading the fall when you have that routine. And if you have to get yourself out of the door and your kids out the door by a certain time, and you have those time constraints, and the kids are a threat to that. And stress happens when we see a threat, right? And they're a threat to getting us to places on time. And then also maybe they're a threat near the end of the day. It's coming up on 6 p.m. and you need to unplug, and those kids are a threat to you getting things done. You're like, once 6 o'clock hits and I'm in parent mode and doing dinner and all these things, I can't get my work done, and that's going to impact me the next day. Or if they don't go to bed on time, then I'm not going to have time to get back online and do things. So it's this threat that's happening. Or it might not even be the time constraint thing. It could just be you feel stressed out when your kids fight amongst each other, and that stresses you out. And it could be a whole host of things. And this is something that is a real thing that's creating this cycle of stress. And sometimes the stress is happening even before we go into it. We see our kids as a threat. So we enter into a stress mode even before we start hanging out with them, and then the stress mounts even more. And so this is something that I really had to kind of take ownership of as a parent, and just realizing, like, what in the world? I'm not looking forward to showing up with my kids during the work week because they are a threat. They are a stress. They add stress to me. So a couple things that I found was helpful, and maybe it'll be helpful for you as a parent to implement, is number one is just say, hey, I'm going to have some connection time with my kid, and part of it is going to be fun. And even if it's just 10 minutes of playing a fun game or going outside or laughing or doing something, you have that to look forward to. And even if it's, an hour and a half of intensity of trying to get them to bed, there's this 10 minutes of fun that you as an adult can look forward to. And it's like, hey, I'm an adult, but I get to have fun every day because I have kids. And if you look forward to that, that is putting in positive hormones that are counteracting the stressful period, and you'll find that you're not as stressed. The other thing you can do is look at it as, hey, this is a time of connecting and bonding. So even bedtime routine, when I snuggle up with my kid and read a story to them, they are not a hindrance to me having my own time to relax. This is a time for me to connect with them and bond with them. And it's impossible to be in a stress mode of fight or flight when we're in a bonding or connecting mode. So just those two strategies, take those to heart and try those with your kids, and you'll find that your cumulative stress levels can decrease over time. And so approach it like camp. We're going to have some fun camp time in the midst of busy work weeks, and you can have amazing experiences with your kids, and you don't just have to wait until summer camp.